All right, Martha, give up those babies. All right, well, we have our registered American Guinea Hog female or sow here, and she is got to be ready to give birth any day now. She barely moves around anymore. She's just a big old chub. So we do see that she is coming into milk, and just from how she's been acting and things like that, we knew that she was for sure pregnant this time and ready to give birth any day now. So I've gotten prepared here. I've gotten the stall, the bigger stall here in the pole barn, all cleaned up, and this was a winter's worth of deep mulching. Here it is all outside. I'll come by with the tractor and we'll scoop all that up, and that'll all become, it'll actually just gets dumped right over the fence there, and it'll become next year's garden compost. But what I've been doing in these stalls is throughout the winter time, I'll just add layers of straw and freshen up. Sometimes I'll clean out wet spots and things like that, but we build up about 12 inches of bedding and manure that gets kind of matted down in here. The chickens scratch through it all and everything, and then I'll usually in the spring and then once in the fall we'll clean all these stalls out, and that'll become our compost for next year. So awesome stuff. So I had Martha, we have Martha and we have George, the male. These are the first pigs that we've had. This has been a long-term investment for us. We're not doing feeder pigs or anything like that. We are going to be breeding these pigs out, and we probably won't even harvest any pork for a full another year once we grow out her babies, and we're really only going to harvest the males for meat, and we're going to keep the females, get another boar, and breed them together again. So this has been a long time. We've been waiting for her to give birth. It's been a long-term investment, but you can see her here. She's ready to go. So that's exciting. So what I've done, and this is our first time with these, this is a small heritage breed of pig. They're not like your commercial breeds. Generally they don't need a farrowing crate, from what I've heard, but I've kind of put something together here out of an old pallets box that we had, a little crate that was part of the pallets that we got on a heat lamp to keep them warm. It is springtime here in Michigan, and the temperatures have been pretty decent, but I think that that's going to be important. If the piglets do need to get warm, we can get them under there away from her if they need to. And again, she's a smaller pig, so from what I've heard, they don't really have the issue of them like smushing them and stuff like that, but we'll see. how it goes. So there's some space under here for the piglets to kind of squeeze in, and I just threw this extra wood up here just to kind of deter Mama over there from climbing on it. I mean, she can knock this stuff over if she really wanted to, but hopefully it just deters her. There's nothing up there she wants. So just the little scraps that I cut out, I put up there. But I cut a hole in the top here to hang a heat lamp, and I can lower this. I've got some chain or twine or something. I can lower this closer, because right now it probably won't get up to 90 degrees, which I think is where they're supposed to be for the first few days. Got a new hay feeder in here that I just put together today out of another pallet. I've done videos on these before. It's basically just a pallet with the back slats all knocked out, and then you take the slats that you knocked out and put them, you know, on the side here, and that makes a great hay feeder. So the only other thing I need to do to be complete in here is get the watering system working, which I've got the pig drippers here. These things work awesome, but I had the goats in here and they wanted to rub their horns on everything and break the PVC, so I'm going to run that piping, the metal piping, up a little higher, fix that, and then she'll have water available to her here. Right now I'm just using a bucket, which if you've had pigs before, you'll know that's a mess. But this stall should work out pretty good for her. It's a good size, so they can be in here for probably the first month that the piglets are born, and they'll be able to kind of move around and grow in here. And then once they're kind of weaned off of her, we'll put them out into the barnyard. We have kind of a small little pasture out here where our chickens are having a lot of fun right now, and they'll be able to run around and get some fresh air and root around and tear this place up. And then once we're ready for once they're big enough, we'll move them out to their final pasture. This pig has just been dragging for the last few weeks here. But one of the reasons that we got these heritage pigs, the reason we're not just doing feeder pigs, most people around here, they just get feeder pigs. So in the springtime, you'll grab a bunch of piglets, usually pretty cheap, grow them out on usually kind of heavy protein, grain feeds, whatever, scraps and things you can find. You grow them out over the summertime, usually for a few months, and then they'll be ready to harvest in the fall for pork. And that's a great way to go as far as just getting pork in the freezer. Generally, you can sell off a few pigs and end up breaking even on the whole thing and have a year's worth of pork. Be quiet. Just lay down. Is that all you want? Oh yeah, I know. That's awesome. Okay. Just don't try to chew on my leg, please. So what we're trying to do here is just a little different. We want to kind of make a sustainable operation with the pigs. So we'll be breeding them, and the young will grow out, and then we'll harvest some of those off every year. We'd like to grow the herd kind of a little bit bigger so that we can maybe get 20, 30, 40 piglets in a year, and then sell off some of the babies to other people who'd like to have this breed of hog, or just harvest them for meat for ourselves, and then we can sell that as freezer pork. The unique thing about these American Guinea Hogs is that they're not like any other pig that I've seen. They eat a lot of grasses, so they actually can survive almost entirely off of hay throughout the winter time. So the nice thing about them is that it really doesn't cost us anything to feed them. We have the hay fields here, and we produce well over enough hay to supply the needs that we have. And so I really only buy like a bag of feed a month for the pigs, for the 2 pigs we have. So it's about $8 or $9 a month is what we spend on feed for them. Yes, that is an investment for the parents here that obviously we're not going to get anything out of them besides a bunch of babies. We won't get any pork out of these guys, but it's definitely it'll be worth the investment in the long term. So, but all the hay that we have here, they love. It's has a lot of alfalfa and a lot of high proteins and stuff like that in it, and they really like to eat that. So we have been able to get away with not investing a lot of money in these pigs over the last year and a half that we've had them. So we've been excited. We've been waiting for her to give birth. We've been waiting for the first piglets on the farm, and we think, I know, we think it's probably going to be in the next couple days. So the next video you see with the pigs will be hopefully I can catch the birth. We'll be checking on her as much as possible, and hopefully be able to get the piglets as they are first born here, our first piglets on the farm. It should be exciting. So, but I've got a nice setup here for her, I think, and they've got the heat lamp, and so we should be ready to go. And so stick around for the next video to see Martha's first litter of piglets. Should be exciting. So, as always, guys, thanks for watching. Have a good one.